WLFE-DB.com, where you can find vodcast shows, podcasts, and more, like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Paratalk Radio, Just Cindy, and more. So go check out WLFE-DB.com, where talk radio is a whole lot better. Our shows are your shows, and that there makes for a great talk radio.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area, 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Like and follow us on Facebook at WLFE-DB Radio. You're listening to WLFE Digital Broadcast Radio in Ontario, New York.
Real Talk with Dom. It's a new spin on variety. Dom's created a show that puts his guests in the spotlight. Whether you're a musician, a poet, wrestler, or merch creator, he gives you the opportunity to promote you. Real Talk with Dom is a real no-nonsense show. Don is down-to-earth, critically truthful, and real as it gets. So if you're looking for a standalone, think-outside-the-box kind of a show, then Real Talk with Dom is a show for you. Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Hello.
Genevieve.
How you doing?
Another night, my friend. What are you up to?
Hanging out here.
It's 10 o'clock Eastern time. Real Talk with Dom, WLFE-DB with some good people. We are here. We are now. Technical difficulties got to us tonight. Got to me.
Mercury's in retrograde still.
I know.
So I expect it.
It's crazy. So stress levels are up for myself, and you guys have smiles on your faces. I can see everyone in the room. So that's what's up. Anyway, we are introducing another show to WLFE-DB.
I'm so excited.
I know, it's so good. And it's because of you, honestly. Explain
That's both of us. Well, okay, so we met Rob and Joan Carter doing the Haunted Happy Hours back in August. Was it August? August, September-ish. Yeah, somewhere around there. So I am so excited that they're going to have a new show on WLFE. So excited.
Without further ado, Carter Novels.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing this evening?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
We're good. Okay, we're good then. Thanks.
Yeah, I said, how are you all doing this evening?
Well, besides storing things around the room, like headphones and stuff like that, it's not bad.
It sounds good. It's better
than it was.
How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're very good.
Hanging in there.
Excited to start our show on Wednesday. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I think so too.
And just so you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say we have one of our artists coming on, one of our authors that we promote.
Right. We've got an exciting lineup to talk about too.
Yes. Yeah.
It gets a little bit addictive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to get the audio right. My apologies, guys. I know, I try to get this right from the start. It sounded good earlier, and then, when you get into 10 seconds of a show, it's like, oh my God, what are you doing? So,
well, if you see Chanel says it sounds great, so let's just...
We can hear you.
Yep. Definitely sounds better.
We do still hear that background noise, but it's not bad. Just Go on with the show. Don't worry about it.
The background noise, I believe, is actually my computer fan at the moment.
Is it?
I bet it is.
That's why the mic is so high def. And then, like, I tried to plug in the earphone just now, and you guys couldn't hear me. I'd rather do the earphones, to be honest with you. I've done it on many shows, but you guys couldn't hear me. But we have to run with it. We have no
The
time to
show
play.
must go on always.
The show goes on. Roll. In reality, all right, so just tell us who you are, Robin Joan.
Okay, well, we are indie authors ourselves, and we're also book publicists, and we are paranormal investigators. So we do all those things in our spare time. And we run a site called Indie Book Source, and we have close to 100 authors, indie published authors, that post their biography, their picture, and all their books with us. And we turned it into an indie bookstore, basically, internet bookstore. And so the first guests that we're going to be having are definitely from our online site.
Indeed. Tell me when you're ready for her, because I could see her in the live stream, and whenever you're ready, we can roll.
We can go. Do you want to tell them about Cindy?
Okay, I'll tell you about who we're introducing tonight. Her name is Cindy J. Smith. She's written poetry as long as she can remember. And with every experience in life, she has found inspiration. She's a wife, a mother, a grandmother. She has a myriad of beautiful memories to draw from. I happen to know the poetry she'll be reading tonight is her latest published poetry, or soon to be published poetry. It's not as beautiful memories because it's all about what we've all been experiencing this past year. And right now she's an over-the-road truck driver with her husband. And she has a lot to say about that. So let's bring Cindy on without any further ado. Cindy J. Smith.
Indeed. Hello,
Hi.
friend.
Hi, Cindy.
Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Trying to stay warm.
Oh, yeah. How cold is it?
I think it's -3 right now.
Oh,
Where
Minus
are you
three.
located?
Indiana.
Northern
We're in a
Indiana,
blue place.
up by Lake Michigan.
No, in the middle of actually right in the middle of the state, over on the west side, right next to Illinois, right in the middle of
That's
south
right.
of Chicago. Halfway down south of Chicago.
Halfway down.
South of Chicago.
Yeah, closer to
We're
Indiana.
getting about 12 inches of snow right now.
Oh boy.
That snow flies quick for the night.
Well, we were in the 80s here today.
Sorry.
Sorry.
We
That's
were
not-
We didn't even get positive numbers, I don't think.
That's not the 1980s, though.
Those were good times.
I remember them.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
remember way further back than the 80s. I remember the 60s pretty good.
60s are good.
So do I,
I also remember the 50s, unfortunately.
but I don't remember them. Hey, Dom, I love your mask in the background.
Oh, Jester. Sorry, it's so hard to hear you. I'm trying to find my headphones right now. There we go. But yeah, no, I'm literally, it's like whispers in the wind right now.
Ah, that's the name of one of Cindy's books, Whispers in the Wind, right?
Words on the wind.
That's Words on the Wind. Okay, never mind.
Words on the
Close.
wind.
Very close.
Oh, we got to plug in for Words on the Wind.
I do want to get into some readings though, as far as like the poetry books as we go. So let's
Sure.
hear what you have, my friend, how to get a hold of you, because we have the UK in here tonight. It's 3 a.m. at his time, our next guest. But for sure, let's hear what you have, my friend, and we love it because you are an artist.
Okay. You said you wanted something to plug right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. I was going to read across the pages. My blood flows across the pages. My heart and soul laid bare. gentle emotions mixed with rages, exposed when no one cares. The world fills my mind with images, plus warnings for me to share. Poems printed in paper pages, whispering, read me if you dare.
Very nice. Now, was that
awesome.
from Bittersweet Reality?
Yes, that's from Bittersweet Reality.
And has that been published yet?
Yeah.
Yes, it's out on Amazon, but not quite yet on direct to digital. It's waiting
Okay.
for 2 or 3 other places to put it up.
Well, I
But it
know
will
that
be there soon.
people can buy your books on our website on indiebooksource.com, books by Cindy J. Smith. They can find your page there, and there's a direct link to where your books are available for sale. Where else can we find you?
I'm on Facebook, that's Cindy Smith. I have a Facebook page, which is Cindy's Voices. My email is Cindy's Voices at Yahoo. On LinkedIn, I'm Cindy J. Smith.
Okay, cool.
So we can.
Cindy, I gotta ask you a question real quick because I heard you were a bit shy.
Yeah.
I don't believe that anymore.
I'll tell you, you're next to the wrong guy if you're shy. I'm just saying.
Well, I wrote it down for a reason to take the shyness out. You were in front of Genevieve, Rob, and literally Roger's in here, Kiara. Technically, you're a talent. What makes you so shy about it? Be proud of your work. You do good.
I'm really having a hard time with this.
No, I understand.
It's not for everybody.
Put her on the spot.
Putting her on the
like
spot.
that.
It's not for everybody. It takes
No, I know it.
getting used to.
You did good.
I get nervous. The last time I was interviewed on a radio show, I forgot the name of my own book.
You did good, my friend, and trust me.
And I wrote it.
You talked about that was talent. I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you.
I hope many people tell you that, and I hope your book sells everywhere.
And with Dom's show, you can be assured this is just like a bunch of friends just chilling out. It's not like you know what I mean. We're not.
I'm trying.
You know, that's the feel. That's the way it always is.
Always.
It seems very nice. I enjoyed watching when it started off. Y'all were very very.
Oh no, I didn't enjoy it because all my audio went down. I was throwing things.
Yesterday. Rob and Joan got my computer working for me yesterday.
I'm still trying to hear you guys. I can hear you guys slightly, but yeah, I mean, my friend, do you want anything else that you want to read tonight, or are you good with that? And then we can find a way to find you a bit. I'm not putting any banners and stuff up like that tonight, but I'm gonna leave that to the Carters because they have their own show introducing and stuff like that. Like it doesn't need to literally be on my show anymore because I represent authors. Is that Genevieve?
I can put that on your page right now. I can put that link on your page.
But yeah, they represent the authors for sure. I'm so proud of them as well. They're such cool people.
They're wonderful.
So,
We can put on
yeah. Cindy, do you want to read anything else, or are you happy with what you just did?
Oh, I'm fine with what I just did.
Okay.
You did great.
We would like to hear more if you got it.
Other one?
If you feel like you can.
I have others that I typed them out so that I could have them for you if you needed them.
Oh wait, you have others?
We know
Don't
you
say
have
that
a lot.
because now I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah.
The depths of silence. I am lost in the tunnels of silence, the voices muted by unknown forces. My head throbs to the beat of distant drums, keeping my thoughts trapped in whirlpools. Unable to weave the tapestry of understanding, no map revealing the paths to the light. The darkness in these depths is alive. Slowly it encases me, cocooning me, isolating me from myself, from you, and I am lost in the depths of silence.
That's
Wow.
wonderful.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Now, I'm gonna bring another poet in real quick from the UK because this is Roger from the UK. You
Hi,
are a
Roger.
poet.
Hi,
We're
Roger.
gonna be talking about your own.
Wow.
I just want to introduce you guys to each other. We met each other through a poetry group the other day, and I know this is all on the spot real quick, but this is how it happens. Brother.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow. There's nothing to be shy about there, Cindy. Those words, man. They speak volumes. So yeah, don't hide from that. Embrace that stuff, yeah. So those are some deep words. I like that a lot.
Yep. And from someone who's not a poet.
Hi.
Barbara, an old face.
An old face.
Hey, Cindy, by the way, we're getting a whole lot of really good comments about you.
Yeah.
Chanel said you just have stage fright. You're not really shy. And that's true. That is true. And then Christy London said, great job, Cindy. And then Lori Rolfe said, wow, that was something. T. Roy said, beautiful. It was just it was breathtaking, that poem, Cindy.
Very
it was amazing.
It gave me chills.
It did. It's the way we've all been feeling. You gave voice to the way we've all been feeling.
So in reality, let me ask you a couple questions here, too, because no matter what, this is a WLFE-DB family. I want to know why you became a poet. I still have to ask a couple questions for myself.
I've been writing poetry almost all my life. My older sister says I used to do it even when I was little. They would read Dr. Seuss and Mother Goose to me, and I would add to it because I thought it was too short.
I love that.
So I've been doing it always.
Well, what's your future plans with it?
I have 10 poetry books published.
How many?
10.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Definitely.
She has 10 published. I told you she is a prolific writer.
I have
tell them how much you haven't published.
I have over 1,000 on my computer that aren't published.
Wow.
And she has a children's book called Caesar and the Bluebells, and that's also an audio book.
She is a prolific writer.
Good deal. So what's your plan for the future? You plan on doing some more books and stuff like that?
I think I'm doing another one at least this year, because this book that's out now that I just released, Bitter Sweet Reality, is kind of dark. It's how the world is going now, all the violence and everything. Normally I mix them all up. So my next one is going to be Hugs, Love, and Great Karma, because you need something happening to go with it.
You got to balance it out, right?
Yeah. And normally they mix together, but this time I did it all dark.
We can call it. Why don't we call it?
In and out of everyone, and I want everyone to stay. Cindy, please stay, because I know you had anxiety and stuff like that before the show, and I don't think you have that anymore. I think you're comfortable with the work.
I'll bet.
And I think you're doing great. So
you were fine. You were fine. You did awesome.
I do want to run to the UK real quick with Roger.
That's a long run.
I met him through the Poetry Society. Like I said, I don't even know what it's called. I randomly just did a thing. I was drinking a beer, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to post in there. And then I met Roger, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, here we go. And he goes, I have 2 books. I'm like, you stop that, because I own it.
That's Dom's trademark.
But
I'm sorry.
And you know what?
Yeah, what did you Roger?
And
it's Dom.
I want him to read. Actually, I want him to tell his links out first to find his books, because it takes a lot to become an author. It takes a lot of energy out of you. But I want him to tell him how to find, or I want him to tell you how to find the books, and then what he's about before he reads his poetry. So, Roger, the stage is yours, brother.
Well, like Cindy, I've been writing a while as well. I've been writing since school. I'm only 28, so that's 15-ish years I've been writing poetry. It's only sort of recently that I wanted to get my words out there to people, so I published a couple of books. Both of mine are on Amazon and Smashwords, but I think Smashwords also distribute them to other retailers as well. But yeah, self-taught kind of thing, but it's an outlet for me. So yeah.
I love it. And honestly, do you have a couple that you would like to read to us tonight? From your
Before you do, I just want to say I feel really bad for laughing. It really was not at you. You said you had 2 books, and I swear to God, I automatically thought
it was me.
Guy,
it's me
because that's his catch thing joke. Every time. So I got 2 books, you know. So
it's me.
Just to let you know.
With 2 books.
And I also want to say, I can't believe you're still up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, I was up at 7 a.m. yesterday, my time. Did a load of work out on site for a customer, and then I came back. It was about 8-9 o'clock at night. Had some food. I've had maybe 2 hours sleep or so. Got up for this, set an alarm and everything. My missus, I don't know if you can swear on here, but
I'm gonna get you in and out of here if you want. But you're more than welcome to stay because we do agreements afterwards.
I'm staying.
He's committed.
My fiance shit herself when she ran away downstairs because she needs sleep. She's up at 2 o'clock tomorrow. But no, I'm committed. I've got a couple of poems for you guys, but I'll start with one. It's called Drip No More. One bad day too many, you don't get it, having no energy. I climb the stairs to the rooms above to find what sorts this scenario. It fits like a glove. It begins the same, this voice in my head, driving me insane. Out comes the blade, up against my skin. Drip, 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 dripping in the sink. Bandage up, hide it away. I'm okay now, with internal shame. Cleaned up the blade, back in its place. A fake smile, back upon my face. One bad day too many, you don't get it, having no energy. I climbed the stairs to the clouds above. That blade did distort that scenario and does fit like a glove. My eyes closed slowly, the blood ran like ink. It gathered in lines down the porcelain sink. I'm done with having no energy, that's for sure. It's fine because soon I'm going to drip no more.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, that's great.
Wow.
Good job.
I told you they were dark.
I'm like,
I love dark poetry. That's my attention.
It's real.
it is
It
beautiful.
isn't so dark as real. I mean, you know.
I love it.
It was
I
awesome.
love it.
That was.
As for shy Cindy, my hands have gone all clammy.
So I never have like a pause moment on here, but I'll give you something else, guys. Something awesome. An author of 2 books as well. My boss.
Teddy.
Hi.
Ted,
Hi, Ted.
What's up,
That
Ted?
was some show.
Well, thank you. It was a good show. Yeah.
Can you guys find my notebook real quick?
So how is everybody?
Good.
fine. How are you doing, Ted?
Good.
I'm here.
Good. Good. It's awesome. Hi,
Ted is
Genevieve.
Hi, Teddy. How are you?
This is Ted Vince on Straight Out Parrot Talk Radio. It's Psychic Cindy.
Only
Pretty
there's
much
no in between Parrot Talk and
Here we are,
radio.
authors. Straight up.
I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody.
Ted, I had a really
He says it all like shy, like he's shy.
Oh, Rob, I love the shirt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Love the shirt. So yeah, Dom's got a couple of my books hidden there somewhere.
right about here.
I just
there
had
they
them
are.
right here.
One's upside down, Dom. Just so you know.
I know. Hold on. I'm trying to get my
Christy's comment, the big guy's here, LOL.
Yeah.
You should have been in here like 5 minutes before the show. I was throwing things.
I think my copies of your books are in the other room next door.
That's all
I
right.
thought I had them
So
right here.
So Dom always does this. Hey, I've got 2 books. Oh, I've got 2 books. Well, you know what? I've got 2 books. So working on a 3rd and a 4th.
I've got the
actually.
lovely bunch of coconuts.
Here, Robin
There you
Jones.
go.
I need
Look
2
at-
books.
We've got 3 books.
Yeah.
I got 4.
Well, you guys need to step it up.
Yeah,
Who's got
he's
4?
10.
I got 4.
Hey.
Karen,
Hey.
you got 4 now?
Oh,
I
no.
got this. I got my big feet.
You win.
I win. I got my big feet.
Uh-oh. Oh.
We have Jelly Bean.
Jelly bellies.
I have a werewolf Bart Simpson pop thing.
Awesome.
Can you guys hear me?
I need that. Yeah,
No,
we can hear
not
you,
at all.
Dom.
Hear you?
Can you pop those lights? Just unplug it if needed.
I got to mess with them.
So you want me to talk about my books for a minute? Is that what you want me
Yeah,
to do?
absolutely.
Okay. So has everybody else talked about their books?
Not
No,
yet.
No.
Not everyone.
Jeff.
Oh shit! Why am I going first then?
Because you're the boss.
It doesn't mean squat.
He's not all of our boss, you know.
I love it. No, to get you involved, like Cindy and Roger, they are poets out of Rob and Joan have their own show on WLFE-DB now, the Carter novels. Cindy is introducing, or I'm trying to explain this. Rob and Joan is introducing Cindy. I'm introducing Roger out of the UK. So that's what we're doing right now.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to sit back here and shut up then. I'm just going to sit back here and shut up then. How about that? And then you do what you were doing.
And then Kiara, everyone knows Kiara, has 3 novels now.
4.
I gotta just quit. I gotta just.
Yeah, he'll be here till Thursday. Try the veal. Sure. You know.
3 shows a night. $10 to get in, $20 to get out.
You don't.
Like 2 weeks notice.
Like 2 weeks notice.
All right. Anyway, guys, going with the Genevieve, just hold it down. Apparently, I can't.
Clearly. Kiara, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
What's your newest book?
My newest book is called Kingdoms United.
Is that the one that you read from last time?
No, I read
that one. Was
I read from
Chapter 5.
These 2 last time.
Yeah.
You read from chapter 5 of
this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Blue cover.
Yes, and then I read the prologue to this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Cool.
What's the newest book about?
The newest book is kind of like an old 1800s romance with a little bit of a modern twist. It's about a knight who falls in love with another princess from a different castle. And so he wants to marry her. He asks her father and all of that. But then he figures out that another man is supposed to marry her. Well, he convinces her to come back to his castle to heal his brother because his brother's very sick. And during that time, they find romance. But then the princess has to go back to marry the other man.
Did you do a lot of did you have to do a lot of like historical research and stuff for it?
Oh yes.
Isn't that fun?
I had to research. Oh my gosh, I had to research knight codes because once I got to chapter 5 of the book, I was like, wait a minute, I don't think a knight would ever go after someone from a different kingdom, even back in the 18th. So I was looking up knight codes and I was looking up rules and regulations for security back in the 1800s, which it's impossible to find stuff for that. I was doing all of this stuff. And then I looked up 1800 medical practices because I was trying, because the princess from the other castle is supposed to be like a healer, like a magical healer. So I had to look up like the ancient medical practices involving like herbs and natural products and stuff like that. So it was a ton of research. So I think this is one of my most accurate novels.
I find the research part to be the best, the most fun.
It's most complicated.
I got to tell all of you guys, I apologize for my audio technical difficulties tonight. I finally got it on point. Thank you all for being here. And Carter Novels is definitely going to be WLFE-DB family for sure. As we go, you are definitely getting hits, Roger, as far as the people who love your work. Cindy, you as well too. Kiara, people love you from back in the last show and stuff like that. So yes, now that I can hear, we can actually have a fun show.
Your girlfriend is here
Oh,
too,
wait,
by the
wait.
way. I'm just
Now
saying.
that he can hear, we can have a fun show. Like I wasn't making it fun. Okay,
Genevieve,
fine.
Genevieve.
Alright, that's it. I'm getting the hell out of
A
here.
little bit.
In reality, I gotta ask all of
Ted
you,
already left.
Yeah, Ted left.
Before we get into TED books too, like with Kiara, Roger, Cindy, and even Robin Jones too, like I'm gonna ask her the same question. What makes you want to write? Like what brought you to the fact that it's time to write a book? Like what brought your guts to that situation?
Who are you asking?
All of you. Everyone asked.
Well, maybe
Everybody answer at the same
All
time.
at the same time.
Everyone.
Count to 3.
Yep, just pick. Who wants to go first, and then pick it from there.
I picked Tom.
He didn't write a book.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I could.
I have written since I was a little kid. I've always written. We just decided finally to publish some of the stuff that we'd written, but he's always written.
Yeah, I wrote back in high school. I was writing like a fantasy thing, a lot like the Lord of the Rings kind of a adventure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Drew a map and everything. It was cool.
Oh,
Wow.
like playing D&D.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right
well,
up my alley.
Our family plays D&D. We have D&D campaigns in our family. Before COVID, used to get together all the time and do D&D. So we raised a whole bunch of science fiction geeks.
Good
We
job.
have
I've touched D&D in
family
like
of
30 years.
nerdy kids and nerdy grandchildren. What can I tell you?
Excellent.
Almost 30 nerdies.
I remember one time one of our youngest daughters was talking about something. Oh, I know. Remember the Naruto run that they had on Area 51 2 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we had planned a trip out west. The year before that, had made our reservations with the cafe there, the only one that's anywhere near.
Right at Area 51.
Little Alien Cafe. We had made reservations to park our trailer there. And it was at the same time that they were going to have the Naruto run. So then we couldn't go, so we decided to go change the trip just a little differently. Anyway, our daughter was talking about it to some of her friends, and this is our youngest daughter, and she's 37, right? And she was talking to one of her friends, and her friend said, "What's a Naruto run?" And she said, "It's on anime." And her friend said, "Oh, I've never watched it." And so then she said, "Well, it's out at Area 51." And she said, "What's Area 51?" And our daughter said to me, "I forgot, Mom. Not everybody has been raised by a paranormal freak.
I knew what it was.
Drag their kids along to look for UFOs and Bigfoot and ghosts their whole life."
Can't stop
Not
us all.
everybody's that lucky.
Am I right in saying that?
All right.
Am I right in saying the Naruto run is where everyone stormed Area 51?
What?
Am I right in saying the Naruto run was where everyone stormed Area 51?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
were
yeah.
gonna storm Area 51.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, because I know it's late where you are, Roger. Let me ask you, what made you want to start writing and stuff like that? Now that we have our structure together, it was gorgeous words that you had, and I appreciate that, brother. And thank you for being here on such short notice of what we're working with. But yeah, what made you become a poet?
I like to use the words early or late there. I mean, it depends on how you view it. A couple of things got me into it. I've been writing since school. It was an outlet for me. I had mental health problems, so you could probably pick that up in that poem. But I used to self-harm. Poetry was an outlet for me, and what got me into wanting to publish my work was I think other people are out there who have similar some of the difficulties. So I think that some people could relate to my work, basically, is why I shared it. Hence, my latest book is called 27 Club, because I started to get in quite heavily to people that had gone too soon. So even though Chester Bennington isn't part of the 27 Club, one of my poems is featured around him. I love that guy.
That's beautiful, brother. Yeah, because we spoke earlier within the week, and lyricist, you know how to write. Do you have one more that you want to give to the world?
I do, yeah.
Because I think it's needed.
Where did I put it? There it is. This one's less dark. It's called Unclouded Soul. It's from my first book, A Poem a Week. I just want to be in your arms right now. There's no safer place to be. A kind of duvet-armed pillow where nothing can hurt me. I wish I were your heartbeat, the song within your ribs. I love the way you give me rhythm, a movement through my feet. I'm sorry your life was bad this far, an apologetic tale of woe. Things all look brighter now, a better life. Hurrah.
That is beautiful.
That is
brother. You're a poet, bro.
And he knows it.
Thanks, man.
Oh, when you know it, Tom said it best for sure.
The goth
I'm
girl up
interested
here
in
is
what-
like,
I'm interested in what Tom's drinking, to be honest. It looks nice.
What am I drinking?
Water.
Yes, it's
Nice.
water from the Molson Company in Canada. It comes in a brown bottle. It's carbonated.
pretty much this.
You're on
Now-
water too, Genevieve.
I do want to, Roger, please stay on too, because I want to run down to Kiara too. Kiara, you were a past guest.
Yes.
And we had one deal, you and I, that you wouldn't give up.
Yep. I made you a promise.
You did me right, my friend. And you now have more books for the world, and you kept your word. So as we go through this, we go back through it and tell everyone how to get a hold of everyone. Tell everyone what you did in that process.
Like in the
That's
process
next.
of publishing this one.
The last show, writing another book, and just
Okay.
keeping the word.
Well, after the last show that you and I did together, I made you that promise that I would never give up writing. And it was after the show, I had just the strangest feeling because literally in that same month of December, I was thinking about just giving up writing. So I was like, well, this is worthless. No one's ever going to actually read or like my stories except for family, which they have to tell you they like it anyway.
I want to be in your family.
Oh, it's nice sometimes until you want to publish, and then you're like, you guys are just being nice.
It's supportive, that's all.
Well, I mean, it was great support, and after the show, I was reading through all of the other books I made before I was even the age of 10. And I was just reading through all of the stories, and I was like, why did I give up on these ones when I fought so hard to publish these 3? So I found one that I liked. It wasn't called Kingdoms United. It was actually called Queen Misery before I reread it, and I changed a lot of the things about it. I made it more historically accurate, and I was like, you know what? Before I decide to go on another show, I want to at least get halfway done with another book. So I'm like, here we go, let's do this. And so I started typing, and then I just let the motions carry out the rest. And this is my biggest and honestly the book I'm most proud of. I learned digital art so I could make the cover. I was
awesome.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm highly proud of you. You kept your word to me, and that's all that counts. That's where you're back. Not that that means anything, but honestly, like, I'm proud of you. Thank you for being a writer in the world. Straight up.
It took a lot of and it's stressful to me being 17 and trying to chase this dream of becoming a very well-known author or just having an impact on the readers community, anyone who would read romance or fantasy or anything. But after the show, I kind of realized being 17 literally means nothing. It just means that you are a dedicated, young individual who just wants to share their knowledge or their creativity side with the world. And I think that was some of the best advice I've gotten from anyone other than family. It was being on your show, Dom.
But starting that now, this early in life, is going to help you because it's only going to fuel you as you get older. I mean, a lot of people don't start doing stuff like this until they're well into their adult years. I mean, you're already published. I mean, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, and you have the support of all of us too. Like honestly, we all love all of your work. Like Roger, Kiara, Cindy, Rob, Ted, authors like Genevieve. I know she has a book she's working on too, but like we got your back, honestly. I do want to get in Ted books too because he has 2 books and some more actually. Ted, let's talk about your work as an author.
He's like, "Oh, am I here?"
Well, I don't know how many. I mean, I actually started out as a poet back when I was a kid. I wrote a lot of poetry, and then I got into writing songs. I wrote a lot of songs. I actually sold a couple.
Do they make the whole?
I made some money off of them, which was cool. I'm a nonfiction writer. I do a lot of research, and I do as much. I guess fact finding, I guess, is the best way to put it. With the stuff that I write, I don't take it lightly. I won't produce a book unless I'm pretty sure that I've gotten as much information as I can about it. The first book that I put out, I actually co-authored with a gentleman that works for the Department of Defense in the UK. And believe it or not, him and I co-wrote the book together. It was called Flashlight Recorder and Comfortable Shoes. And it was based on paranormal investigation, how to do it, with a lot of things in mind. It touches on some of the old school paranormal things, as well as just the basic idea of how to research the paranormal, and it's very similar to a lot of other books out there that you can find, except my partner that submitted his part of the book to me, other than being from the UK, the way they investigate is a little bit different than the way we investigate here in the States. So there was some things that we had to mush together, fit like a puzzle, certain things we had to do, but ultimately it came out really cool. He's more into the stuff that I'm not familiar with or like he was really big into the, I don't know if you guys have heard of them, in the paranormal, those things called orbs. They're a light anomaly or whatever the case may be. It only happens really when you've got a dirty lens, as far as I'm concerned, on your camera. It's orbs.
Would agree.
Yeah, there's no connection whatsoever that we can find scientifically that they have anything to do with the hauntings. But who the hell knows? I mean, we can't even tell you what a ghost is right now, but we just know that we research them. It's one of those things. We can't prove any of this stuff exists, but it's kind of like when you're a kid, when you heard all those nursery rhymes, and when you hear a nursery rhyme, you have to know that they come from somewhere. They start from somewhere, and usually it starts from the truth or a shadow of a story. So I was always raised that in every story there's an ounce of truth. It's for you to figure out what the truth is. So even with your non-fictional books today, with the paranormal, you just have to kind of look at it and then decide for yourself what is or what isn't. But at least authors today that are out there researching this stuff are willing to give you their knowledge, and that's why we write the books, to hopefully point you in the direction of our opinion, at least, of where things should or should not be when it comes to the paranormal. The second book that I followed up with it was actually called Think Outside the Paranormal Box. You know what I love about my books? I'm going to kind of brag here for a second. As I love the titles because they're not something you hear or you think would be great for a title. Flashlight Recorder and Comfortable Shoes. Isn't that an awesome title? Wait a minute, I'm patting myself on the back here, folks. I'm finally getting smiles. I see that. That's what I was looking for. The other thing is think outside the paranormal box. And the whole reason I named that book this is because, you know what, we've tried everything else over the years. I mean, we've been researching the paranormal for such a long time. Even though it's kind of a new thing, you need to constantly think outside the box. Nothing is the same. It always changes. So you have to kind of go with it, you know? So with Think Outside the Paranormal Box, I mean, I'll be honest with you, these are my copies, the author copies, so it's got a lot of writing and stuff in it, but you have to go back in time a little bit and dig up information on, you know, some of the things that you use. But I truly believe that when hauntings were happening in the 1800s and early 1900s, nobody had digital cameras, nobody had digital voice recorders, or even a mechanical recorder at the time. They had to do things and do the research on their own with things that they had in their home, in their closet, in their dresser drawers, in their barn, wherever. And so Think Outside the Paranormal Box, that's what I did, was I researched and talked about tools that I knew that were used back in old school ways, and then brought some of my own ideas into it as well. So there was kind of new things as well there.
I think it's amazing, actually. I've read them, and yeah, I'm into it. So
Think Outside the Box should just take the average person about 45 minutes to read. I mean, it's not a long book, and a lot of it is simple things and things that you may not think about, like a hotel bell. You know those peanuts that you get stuff in? Well, you used to when you ordered stuff in a box. They throw those little white peanuts in there. Now they're made out of a different material, so they don't have the static cling like they used to. But if you got your hands on some of the old stuff, they stuck to everything, so you could use them in an investigation. Aluminum foil, ping pong ball, piece of paper, a dollar bill, a coin, you know, anything, you know, can be used in a paranormal investigation, as long as you know, just use your common sense and think about, well, if a ghost is real and if it's going to show itself or move something for me, in my mind, it has to be light enough for it to manipulate. So a feather, a piece of paper, a card, something light, you know what I mean? It doesn't have a lot of weight. So that's basically where I point you to in my book, is start there and then work your way up.
Well, just to have your backing on here too, because, you know, I work in paranormal myself. My poetry is highly built around paranormal as well.
I wouldn't call that paranormal.
Did you read them? If you say no right now, you're on the spot. You better have read them now.
I'll be honest with you. I started the one, but I haven't finished it because you know how busy I am.
No, I get it. No, that was only a joke. But in reality, the way I wrote the poetry books is so you could go back and reread, because you have to, because it deciphers in different time periods. Like, if you read it the first time, it'll mean something different in another aspect of your life. That's why I love to write the poetry I write.
I like some of the dark poetry. I mean, that's no lie. Some of the stuff that's very obscure, dark, it makes you think. It kind of, I mean, it's like Edgar Allan Poe. I love Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, there is just so much stuff that I like to read that is outside the box. You know what I mean? That other people may not enjoy, but I would. I think the whole point of poetry and stuff like that is to make your mind wake up and make you think about other things, right?
Indeed. I think Roger's right up that alley. And then when I spoke to him, that's why I do not title any of my poetry. It's simply for you to decipher it how you want. It's very dark, my writings. It makes you think in any way you want to think. But Roger's right up that alley. And that's why I said, you know what, it was meant for him to be here tonight. Within a click, I'm like, okay, cool. It's like tomorrow for him right now. Like, it's like, what, Tuesday? For you, bro?
Next week for him.
It is Tuesday.
Well, it's in the UK, and he stayed here to, like,
I want the lottery numbers.
Dude, just because I'm in the future doesn't mean I can tell you what happens for you. Now that is paranormal shit.
You are time traveling anyway.
That's
Yeah,
right.
well, Dom there, he time traveled like a Dalek and stuff. TARDIS took him away.
Now, now you're talking my stuff, Doctor.
So let's go through everyone real quick. Let's start with Ted, and we're going to go through everyone. Right from the bottom to the top, let's tell everyone how to get a hold of your books.
I will be back while you guys are doing that. I had to run down and do my
go.
friendly duties.
I understand.
Well, actually, for me, it's quite easy. All of my books are available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You can order them through Walmart. You can get them pretty much anywhere.
Indie bookstores.
Indie bookstores, yeah. You can pretty much find them anywhere. You can actually go to, I believe, paratalkradio.com. I think there's a link there right on our radio show page, and I think there's probably one on my paranormal team's page as well, which is gvpi.org. So you can find them pretty much anywhere.
Cindy, let's go to you.
Mine are at indie bookstores too.
There you go.
And Amazon, and I think it's direct to digital. There's a book. Yeah, D2D. D2D. Yeah, they have it on all the sites.
Yeah, we'll get those links up for sure. Roger.
Mine are on Smashwords, but I think they do affiliate stuff to places like Barnes and Noble, but I'm also on Amazon as well, so you can pick my books up there.
Kiara.
My books can all be found on Amazon, but I believe my first book is actually in the indie bookstores.
Not yet.
No, I thought I saw it on your.
No, we sent out an advertisement for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we haven't got
okay.
to
We
sign up
promoted you.
Yeah.
Now, before I let Rob and Joan kind of push themselves, there's something I kind of wanted to do tonight. I wanted all of you as authors. Do you have any questions for each other, rather than myself, Genevieve, asking?
I have a statement. I don't have a question, but I have a statement.
Sure. Am I fired?
Well, we're going to talk about that later. But, you know...
It
No, I
never
was just...
stops being funny. I'm sorry.
I know. I was just going to say, I mean, Rob and Joan, since they're part of the WLFE family, we're going to end up putting their stuff up on the WLFE.com page for them as well. So what I'd like to offer is, separate from that, is that if everybody here would like to send me some information about your books and when we can find it, I don't mind putting you on our friends page so that they can contact you, and if that helps.
That's great.
Roger, there you go, bro. I told you.
Big up to Don, because he grabbed that information from me earlier, so yeah, kudos to him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't mind throwing them on there. Give you guys a link, and that way down the road you could say, hey, if anything, go here. You can find it there. So anything that helps.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going to scratch each other's back for sure. And thank you, Teddy.
I am a good guy, no matter what Dom says. And how many times I fire him?
I know, every day. I get 3 or 4
He deserves it every
day.
time.
I love it.
Every time he deserves it.
Was that your
All right,
mic drop moment there? Boom.
Let's go into this. I want the authors to ask the authors questions. What made you guys do this?
Can we say where you can find our books first, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You forgot us.
No, I was going to say you could go last, but you asked just now. I said I was going to leave you guys for last.
Give him hell,
everybody
Joan.
already-
Give him hell. Give him hell.
You already asked everybody where to find their books. You did not ask us.
I
So
know, I'm
just so
saying-
you all know, you can find us on Amazon, CarterNovels.com. You can also find us on IndieBookSource.com. You can find us at Barnes & Noble, Walmart, your local library. So
you
not
go.
the library. You don't pay for the books there.
Chick-fil-A.
Just kidding. Oh, we're on Audible.
Oh, no, we're not on Chick-fil-A.
Aw.
Oh.
Come on,
That's a great gig if you can get it.
Just teasing you, Dom. It's okay.
Just so you know, I skipped you for a reason because I was saving you the best for last.
Great save.
Sure.
Good save, Dom.
No, it's all good. But I honestly, like, in reality, with the show, like, because we don't get to do this often, I am scheduled way ahead. Genevieve is scheduled way ahead. Ted is scheduled way ahead. Carter, you're scheduled way ahead, too. How can we all talk? Like, how can the authors really talk right now and ask each other questions as far as, like, how did you publish? What did you have to do? What made you write about it? And technically, how to get yourself out there. Like,
Is
how can
everybody
you publish it?
self-published here?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's because you're an idiot. But you know, we all know.
My life.
I wasn't at first.
There's a reason you went first.
Oh, I'm just picking on him because him and I talked about it because
I know.
he, I wanted him to self-publish because there's no reason that he should be paying somebody else for something that he can do himself.
That's for sure.
Right.
Agreed.
Were you
You know.
always published, Cindy?
No, I went through one of those vanity presses at first,
Oh.
and then I dropped them and I self-published.
Yeah, they charge a lot of money.
They do.
Yeah,
And they don't do much on advertising.
No, they don't.
I think.
that's I found out. And then they were actually lying about whether or not they sold any of my books because the people had them.
Hmm.
But see,
Another
that
thing
happens. Sorry, but that. Go ahead.
I was
Now,
going to say,
I got to pull it out of them.
China steals your books and they sell them like crazy and publish, so you get no royalties.
No.
I sell mine out of Australia, and they're a pain in the asses, but I get good money.
I'm a firm believer that if you have a book and you want you want to get it published, publish it yourself, and then find friends and people to help you distribute it by running ads and just keep doing it yourself. I mean, like Rob and Joan, I mean, they just took my book and did it. I'm like, okay, it's if you can find people that are willing to help you out, go for it.
That's a
Put it
tough
out
find.
there.
Yeah, you're right. That's a tough find. They are actually like a calling. It's crazy with Genevieve, how I met them, and then like we're all authors and stuff like that. Yeah, no, that's a calling because I had no idea how to do any of this. So when I published out of Australia, I would rather self-publish, to be honest with you.
So when you go for number 3, then you can self-publish.
Well, I was gonna yell at Roger because he has 2 books, and if he said I have 2 books here, I'm like, no, that's for me only. I have 2 books.
Trademark it.
I'm writing my 3rd at the minute. And
Roger,
I have
2.5 books.
Yeah, exactly. But I do have another one published, but it's not poetry. It's more non-fiction, and it's called How to Heal Yourself. So it's like just self-coaching someone through how to think more positively about their lives and stuff. So,
but that's
Is
cool.
that also on Amazon?
It's on Smashwords. I don't know whether I've published it on Amazon or not. The reason why I do a lot of stuff on Smashwords, and I've started to lean more towards them, is they retail out to Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Walmart, Overdrive, and more.
We're on all of those. Yeah.
I got that through D2D, does that.
Yeah,
through all of them.
they do all of that.
Yeah, you find that book advertising is a bottomless pit. There's a whole bunch of them out there that say, "Oh, blast you out there for the weekend," blah blah blah, and charge you $30, $40 to do that. And pretty soon you're doing it another weekend or not, and you're spending money like it's.
Well,
and
some of them
yourself.
$600.
Yeah, it hardly has any return on it.
Yeah.
Well, I started out when everybody wanted to do those contests and everything, and I went in the whole big time because I was tucked into that, giving away free books and everything. And then after they won the books in paperback, then they sold them on Amazon. I was like, really?
Hey, Cindy, I want to say something to you real quick. I'm proud of you. You're an hour in. You're not so shy, my friend. You got this. Now,
As much
Kiara,
as you don't want to hear it, you're one of us now.
you're one of us.
What
Kiara,
happens?
Oh, no.
your third novel you
Be
did.
afraid, very afraid. Tom
Brian, you
just
have
said
number
you're one of
4
us.
now.
Yes.
What do you want to tell the world as far as would you like to read another one?
uh,
Why are you putting her on the spot, Dom?
Because that's what I do.
He's been doing it the whole damn show.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, if you guys want me to read something, I put prologues in my books now. They're like 2 pages, maybe.
That's a good way to go.
I thought it would be nice, but then I had someone tell me that they don't read the prologue, and I'm like, well, you're missing out then because you just...
Well, we want to hear it on Real Talk with Dom.
All right. So this is the new book, and the prologue is just getting you to get to know the main character. His name's Cecilius. He's the knight. I gave him a funky name because I looked up funky names from the 1800s, and it was the top knight. Okay, judge me later.
No judge, I love it.
Yeah. No judging here.
Yeah, just do it, man. Just do it.
Oh, I found the weirdest names. I named the princess Izira because that was the top female name in the 80s. I found weird names. Just leave it at that.
There you go.
All right. Well, you guys want me to start reading? Or?
Yes.
Okay. So, prologue. A dark sky and cold breeze is the perfect scene for after a war. Snow started falling softly on the bloodied war zone, a graveyard for the mass numbers of fallen knights. Body after body, blood after blood, pools of red surrounded the thousands of dead men and women. No, this wasn't meant to be a war zone, for it was a village. The village of Slabatish. A village home of families and friends, peace and compassion. The village was known for having well-trained soldiers. That is until King Kneith from the Kingdom of Nazuria ordered a surprise attack on his rivals. Bloodshed enhanced Nazuria's power, dominance, and overall wealth, all of which Kneith had a craving for. However, he did not lead this merciless battle. Kneith was not brave, didn't care for honor, and desired to keep himself away from harm's way. He told his troops to go, and with little resistance they went. However, in this time of slaughter and torment, his knights wouldn't return either. For the war zone, there they rested. All 50 of his men off to fight the rivaling kingdom. It was 50 versus 200, yet they managed. And yet in this field, filled with corpses and blood puddles, there stood one survivor from this terrible event. He hunched over slightly and kept a hand on his side. There was a gash in his stomach, but he still wouldn't die. His stubbornness and tolerance made him the only surviving knight from the battle. As he dragged his feet to head back to his home, blood dripped from his side all the way down to his shoe. No, he wasn't a god or any more divine than man, but he stood up strong and was called victorious. This man was no other than the great Cecilius.
Wow, that was
That's cool.
Beautiful.
Really good.
Good introduction.
And that's why you're going to be a star, Kiara. That's why.
Jeremy is a star. Look at her. She's a star.
Superstar.
That's what's up. I have a question here from somebody, but I'm going to get to that moment. I want you to know, like, you have to make me a second promise.
Okay.
You will never, ever, ever give up, right?
I
Because
promise.
you have it in you. It was in your guts to do it, and you did it. So there'll be another show. You have to keep going, my friend.
I will.
Leave the poor girl alone.
I'm saying, I do have a question from...
I just hope she doesn't forget about us when she's famous.
Never going to happen.
Who were the authors that influenced all of the panel? Who were the authors?
Tolkien.
Dr. Seuss.
Doctor Who?
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
I liked how he was able to make anything and make it real. The poems.
There you go.
He was a brilliant author.
Brilliant.
No doubt. No doubt.
I am Sam I am.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to this day, I don't like green eggs and ham.
I will not eat them.
I'll eat ham.
With the
I actually don't even like authors. I like
So
poets.
Roger, I want to know what Roger has to say. Who influenced him?
Yeah.
I'm not a poet as such. I mean, I don't know if it would count. Would you count songwriters as poets?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In which case, yeah. There's several then. So Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, Chester Bennington, and oddly Morrissey from the Smiths. But you know,
I love Morrissey.
Love it.
Musically.
Yeah, me too.
So you you write poetry as far as lyricist, like we talked about. That's what I like about. That's why if you ask me an author, I can't tell you. I like lyricists like Tupac. I like Jim Morrison and stuff like that.
It's a wide array right there.
Morrison was a poet. So.
I would class myself as an eclectic as well.
No, I said
So
Jim Morrison is one of my favorite poets ever. Like
I am the Lizard King.
If I put my music on shuffle, I'd be listening to like Spice Girls 1 second and then Slipknot the next. So yeah, don't ever put that on in your car because it will be like this in terms of genre. But it kind of fits in with your show and the title of it. It's real talk. So the songwriters that I write my poetry of is because they talk real. So the stuff that's actually happening in their lives, people can relate to that, and that's why I wanted to publish anyway, because I hope that that will happen for someone else, and then the cycle will continue.
The Circle of Life, and then that's Elton John. That's a different genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys all a quick question too about actually, Kiara, I'm going to keep you out of this one real quick. With Roger, Cindy, and Ted, music-wise, what would be your favorite as far as poetry? Because Ted writes poetry, but I'm talking about two poets right now. What would be your go-to as far as the words? And then I'll ask Kiara afterwards.
I'm not understanding the question.
Okay, so
you're not alone.
Riders on the Storm.
Oh, I love that.
Morrison, yeah. What would be those words that kind of bring you back to something that, like, oh my God, that's not just a song, that's words that hit the heart. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Castle of Glass, Linkin Park.
Okay.
In the end. Which I believe is Linkin Park also.
Well, for me, it's very different because with going from poetry, see, I posted a couple poems on my page. I mean, you've read one or two there, Dom, but I don't. It's weird how I don't know. I don't think I have an answer for that because the music that I listen to is very eclectic and very weird. Like I can go from an extreme from AC/DC to a writer called Bill Miller, who is a Native American writer who writes about his life on the reservation, to I don't know, just whatever. I mean, just weird stuff. I can listen to anything, and the words just come in my head. You know what I mean? They're just it's like a feeling that I get from the music. So it doesn't even have to be words. It's just like the feeling that vibrates through me to write words. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the influence is just pretty much the world to me. I mean, I can write pretty much anything. The first song that I wrote that I sold was actually about drinking, like what Tom's doing. And
I don't do that. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Anyways, listen to me. Just listen. So basically, I wrote the song. It was a honky-tonk song, and it basically, the story of it is this guy is so drunk that he can't fall off the stool onto the floor because he's already on the floor.
I don't know what that's like.
So I sold the song. and it was called Drink, 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 and it was all about this guy being so drunk all the time. He was already on the floor. He couldn't fall. So, that's what it's about.
You're really drunk when you fall off the floor.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what?
I've done it.
Country honky tonk loves stuff like that. It's all about drinking, being in a bar, hooply ha, and all that other yee-haw and shoot 'em up shit. So it's like, if you could write stuff like that, which I did, I sold it. I made a couple grand off of it. I'm good.
Nice.
That would actually be a good title for a song. You're drunk when you fall off the floor. It sounds like a country song, though.
The analytical side of my brain right now is like that as a metaphor of you're at the bottom, so the only way is up from there.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like the hell out of that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Feel free to use it.
It's crazy because music, the influence it has. I meditate with music, and I listen to words. Genevieve knows this because when I call, I don't know 1111 guys. I never
random.
Yeah, random. I
ADD.
always think about music and stuff like that. Genevieve is the one person that knows that when I listen to words, I study under the stars with music. And I'm studying things how to do. And it's poetry within my mind, with lyrics of songs, within words, and knowing how to make myself a better person. So that's how I become a poet. So, like, ask her. Like, I call 100 times a day.
No. Ask her? Ask her.
Tom, you better not.
Am I here?
Is he called Tom 100
Am I
times a day
muted?
too?
No, not 100 times. Maybe 50.
Poor Teddy
No,
feels
I'm just
left
kidding.
No, he sends me random shit all the time, like streams and calls me and stuff. Like, I'll be cooking dinner and the phone rings.
It's
I'm like,
notorious. Like,
I'll bet you it's Dom. Anybody want to take a bet?
yeah.
And it's Dom.
But I'm just
He hasn't
trying to
caught
do
me in the
better.
bathroom yet, but
Yeah.
He caught me in there.
Yeah, so, I'll leave that one alone.
I
like,
still
Tom,
answered
what are
it
you
too.
doing? I'm
He
on the
actually
camera.
asked me what I was doing, and I told him.
I do want to say something to what you were talking about, Dom, if you don't mind me saying. And I want to say hi to my friend Cody, who's listening and watching. But, if you think about the bards, if you think about early civilizations, especially since I'm Irish, Scottish, all that from the Netherlands, a lot of the stories, and Native American from my mom's side, but a lot of the words that they write down or wrote down not only were stories, some of them were poems, which actually translated into music, which then became songs. So your old history, anything from the past, with civilizations that just started out, all that stuff is well, look at the Celtic music today. A lot of that stuff is passed down, and they're just stories, which turned into a poem or into a really short story, and then put to music. So, I mean, it's amazing what the combination can do for an individual. You put certain words with a melody, and it's amazing.
It's magic.
So
it's absolutely magic.
yeah.
Oh, it's magic.
Genevieve, I want them to go.
Sorry.
I'm gonna put them all in the spot in a minute too, which I don't ever do.
Whatever, Tom.
Do you have any questions?
That she was like, oh, for God's sake, not again.
I want to know. I don't think we got to Kiara's influences, author influences.
No, we did not.
We didn't.
Right. Good point.
Oh, great. No, I was also influenced mainly by music. I listen to music that has like a spiritual touch to it, not religious. Like whenever I think of spirituality, I think of like my well-being? How connected do I feel with my body right now? And so that type of music I find in almost every genre possible. And so whenever I find a song that just makes me feel that type of way, then that song like influenced me a little bit. It helps me become creative, and I try putting a little bit of myself like into the music, and then I'm able to combine them both and put it into words, which is how I make my books.
Wow, cool.
So did you say who influenced you? You skipped right around it, didn't you?
Just said.
Yes, right around it.
Skipped around it, yeah.
Okay, I skipped around it because there's too many people. I go from like Lindsay Sterling to suddenly Hollywood Undead. It's like I'm
there
so
you go. Yeah,
I'm so diverse
that's good.
in what I listen
That's good. That's awesome. I didn't tell mine either, so don't worry. I was just picking.
I know. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick.
What?
What?
Kiara to Roger.
You know, to go out of character, he's going to put somebody on the spot.
Why would I? Why would I? It's
This is an alternate universe.
Kiara to Roger to Ted to Joan and Rob and Cindy. Ask each other's questions honestly about why you write and why you wrote. But talk to each other, not as Dom and Genevieve and Tom.
I don't know.
Kiara, ask Roger a question why he's creative. Let's start there. Let's ask him that.
What are you
Ask him
doing
that. Let him talk to you.
to ask people to do that? That's tough.
He's pawning his job off on everybody else. So everybody
No,
else.
it's all good. But like, this is the thing where everyone becomes friends. Kiara.
So he could put his feet up on the desk and have a drink like you, Tom. That's what he's doing.
Right?
I can.
Yeah, no, it's
the hell with it. Hey, wait. Let me
Kiara. Talk to
my
a
feet
friend
up
in the
on
UK.
here and just.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you guys just, you know.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh my God, Genevieve, you owe me a drink.
Here, I'll give you.
I owe you many.
Peanut is
you're
neither a
killing
pea
me.
nor a nut. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I'm going to ask a question then, because before you do this, Don,
Sure.
because I this is the first I've met. Well, I've seen Roger and Cindy, and I saw the show with, how do I say it? Kiara.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
well,
have
look
to
at that. I didn't
You were
torture it.
actually
That's
on the
awesome.
show.
Say
Yeah, you were
something
actually on
closely
the show,
related
by
and
the
I'll
way.
answer.
Okay. All right. Well, I know that Cindy and Roger write poetry, right? That's correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know that the rest of us are, well, Kiara and Rob and Joan and myself write books, and Dom, he's poetry. But so,
I'm a YouTuber.
and I know how Kiara writes, but what I, yeah, Dr. Phil, I want to know. So, what type of like stuff does Roger write? Is his like is it like Dom's, a little dark, a little on the left instead of the right, or what type of stuff do you write?
Did you catch my first poem that I wrote out, Ted, or not?
I don't think
No, he did.
No,
He came in-
I don't think so.
he was late.
Please,
He was late.
Roger, on this section, please reread that.
Okay.
He was fashionably late.
Yeah.
Fashionable.
I'm not fashionable anything.
You got great
Okay.
t-shirts.
I'm ready when you guys are.
All right,
Ready.
Roger, I want to hear you. Come on.
Okay, Ted, it's called Drip No More.
Okay.
One bad day too many. You don't get it, having no energy. I climb the stairs to the rooms above to find what sorts this scenario. It fits like a glove. It begins the same, this voice in my head, driving me insane. Out comes the blade, up against my skin, drip, 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 dripping in the sink. Bandage up, hide it away. I'm okay now, with internal shame. Cleaned up, the blade back in its place. A fake smile back upon my face. One bad day too many. You don't get it, having no energy. I climbed the stairs to the clouds above. That blade did sort that scenario, and does fit like a glove. My eyes closed slowly. The blood ran like ink. It gathered in lines down the porcelain sink. I'm done with having no energy, that's for sure. I'm fine because soon I'm going to drip no more.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful and deep.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
deeper than
there's a
second.
lot. I could say a lot about that. but I love it. I mean, I got to stop because the psychologist bullshitting me right now is going to be saying a lot.
I imagine it would, fella. I imagine it would.
It looks like it's going to be real talk with Roger at 10 o'clock at night on Monday nights.
Right?
Or 3 a.m. where he is.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking because if he's got more stuff like that, I mean, I could see. I mean, this is just my thought, but he's got the words, and if you could find an artist that could take the words while he's talking his words or saying his poetry, and somebody drawing exactly what he's talking about, that would be amazing. That would be truly amazing.
Head, Teddy.
Or even making songs.
You're in my head because all I could think about was my husband's artwork because he's
it's
really
it's
dark.
amazing for what I'm seeing, or what I'm hearing. I guess is the best way to put it.
You're completely right, and that's the way to go because Possess Tranquility, with my words, you're actually taking some of my lyrics and building a song. So
Jessica has a question.
What's the question?
How do I find your books?
Oh yeah, there you go, brother.
Hey, I'm keeping you on track. I'm good like that, you know?
Tom's like an auto cue.
Oh, thanks, Chanel. Chanel says I'm adorable.
Where? I didn't even see that. Where is that?
Roger,
it was up a little ways. I see it.
We'll put a link up tomorrow. I got them on here. I'll put a link up how to find your books because
I'd actually like to find out more about Roger's book too because I'd like to read some more.
Yeah, and then,
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I love it.
All of us here. Cindy,
if you're after the more darker stuff, the 27 Club, which is my latest book, would be more up your alley because that is centered more around mental illness and stuff like that. Obviously, it's called 27 Club.
That's awesome.
My first book, A Poem a Week, that's a collection of 52 poems. Obviously, a poem a week, funnily enough. And that's sort of, it was how I was feeling at that moment. So it's not necessarily going to be dark, it's not necessarily going to be light, and there'll be stuff in between. So, yeah.
So you said 27 Club?
27 Club's my latest one, yeah.
All right.
I want to bring this up to everyone too. When I
the
got
artwork. The artwork on the front is a noose, which, yeah.
I just think it would be cool.
It's fitting.
Yeah.
Roger, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick too.
Cool.
Because when you find
Add
artists,
a character for Dom.
I know, right?
Straight up in reality, when you think about things, right? When I went to that poetry group to find people, you're random, right?
Yeah.
There was no catch to this. There was no catch, and that's where it's like.
At first, I thought you were a scammer. To be honest, I was like, right, who's this guy? Is he getting knocked off? Is he trying to pull my pants down and shaft me in the?
He's not even a real person. He's just a bot up there.
No shit. And I'm just like, and all of a sudden, here you are.
I thought he was one of those bots at first that say, pay me 20 million quid, and I'll end up selling your book or whatever. And actually, no, we're going to send you up to Swanee. But no. I was like, okay, let's see how far this plays out. I work in IT. I know fishes when I spot them. And real talk with Dom turned out to be real talk with a load of great people. So yeah, fair play to him.
Did Chanel just say Ethan Allan Poe?
And then you got the same thing
instead of Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Ethan Allen Furniture, maybe.
Oh, Chanel.
Now, we are 30 minutes until we end. I do want to go back to this subject real quick with WLFE-DB. Robin Joan, you have something coming up.
We're here.
What may that be?
So what?
What may that be? What do you have coming up?
We have a show called Meet the Author.
Yep.
In which we feature indie published authors. And we may feature other authors. Depends on the interest in the show. But right now we have quite a fairly full schedule. This coming Wednesday is our premiere. And we have authors Cindy Davis and Rick Palmacci on. And they've got, do you want to tell them about Cindy's book?
Which Cindy's...
Zipacno's Legacy.
Yeah, it's a metaphysical visionary book. And the first 2 in the series are out. The third one's coming out soon. I'll be doing a review of that pretty soon, of the third one. And it's it really follows the spiritual journey of a person who doesn't know much about spirituality or the world of being spiritual, and it follows their journey through everything that they're learning metaphysically. And Cindy is a writer that if you've ever read someone and you can see what they're seeing and feel what they're feeling, you know, and actually when they're going through walking by the ocean, you can smell the ocean breeze. That's the way Cindy writes. She's written probably over 20 mystery books and almost, and then she's written some nonfiction books. Yeah, she's a very prolific writer, and she married Rick a while ago, and now he helps her with the writing.
And now they work together.
Now they work together.
Very interesting people, and it should be a good show. There's going to be a giveaway. They're going to give away that book, Zapakna's Legacy. 5 copies of it, actually.
5 autographed copies.
Yeah, so
that's
it'll be kind of fun.
To people watching the show live on Wednesday.
Well, I'm proud of you guys for having this show, and I thank Genevieve for introducing you guys to me. Genevieve does a lot of good things in the world. We all know each other together. You guys deserve this, and I thank you for giving back to the artists as far as the authors who need a break and to push forward. You guys deserve this. It's straight up. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you.
Even me?
Yeah.
I see you down there, Tom. I see all the papers you're making down there.
That was to Chanel. That was to Chanel. Just saying.
Roger, thank you for being here tonight too, brother. Like, honestly, like, it took a lot. I mean, I don't know you as far as I can throw you. You don't know me. Like, you took a chance.
Well, I know you're not a scammer now, so that's good.
Yeah, not a scammer. And
now you're one of us. As sad as that is, you're one of us.
Yeah.
One of us. One of us.
One of us. One of us.
Oh God.
Cindy, you were scared tonight to jump on, and you stayed on,
and she remembered the name of her book.
That's awesome.
You did good. Look at that. Look at that boundary you broke tonight. And you're in front of the world. You could do this. You had it.
I did it once.
Kiara, I'm proud of you more than you know. You stayed in the game.
Thanks.
You did this. You have 4 novels now. You got to get t-shirts, and you got to sell those bitches to movies now. Oh, that's the first verse I said all night.
In case anybody doesn't know, Dom has 2 books.
Yeah, 2 bucks. 2 bucks. I haven't read any of mine. I'm not. But
hey, Dom, you went through and you told everybody that you're proud of them. I don't hear you say you're proud of Tom or me or
Well, we're on the bottom. We don't matter.
You're on the bottom. I'm coming right down to you.
We're bottom feeders.
Give me a second. Let me run through the lineup.
It's the trickle-down theory.
Hey, Tom, I'm proud of you, Tom. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you, too.
I'll jump in then. Ted, I'm proud of all the collectibles you've got behind you. I'm proud of all the collections you've got behind you, fella.
That's just...
Tom, I'm proud of how much you smoked and drank through this.
Right, and everything behind me, too, because I got such a collection back here.
And we know that he can do it because he stayed up with us all New Year's Eve when other people couldn't
when
make
the
it.
first
Other people couldn't cut it.
Ducked out. I'm just saying, like those 2 up that way, ducked out.
Hey, I made it till 12:30 and then had to go.
Look, I was only a week away from the worst hangover I had from Christmas Eve, where I actually passed out on live feed. I literally did. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that pose before.
Oh, it's been around.
I'm gonna read only one of my poems before we call a night and stuff like that.
Roses are red, violets are blue. No.
Yeah, just be dumbass and.
My name's Dom and I'm on the radio too.
I will do this first.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh,
Warning.
What? Where did we go?
where are we?
Oh,
Warning.
what?
Warning.
Oh god.
Warning.
Danger, danger, Will
Warning.
Robinson.
Warning.
I have
Was
to
it him?
because of Kiara.
Was it him warning us of 2 books?
Yeah, no,
Warning.
no,
Danger.
Oh, Roger fits right in. He just
All right,
fits
Dom,
right
do
in
your
there.
thing. We'll be quiet for a second. Do your thing. Give him a second. Give him a
This
second.
is from Mind's Eye. I will read nothing of 2. Continuity becomes infinite. So blessed be, charge into her and of her. She is the mirror to your reflection. Shatter the glass, and you will see all the faces. She is the dirt that falls through each finger. Dig deep into the earth. She is the air that all shadows linger. We are one. Unveil the blind. Loop it 3 times in red. It will bind. You will soon understand she is the answer to find. Taste your vagina. Feel her wet. Sink deep into her soul. Let her speak. She is but a whisper. Let yourself fall, and her tones become crisper. The reflection of a cut diamond and how it falls and bends in light. We all bend, however, there are rules. Speak and of her to deadly quiet, bend in her. Leave it for the fools, and you welcome her in.
Thank you, Dom. Beautiful.
Why is everyone laughing?
Because Ted and Tom are shoving figures in their cameras.
You
I
can't
am
let
not.
anybody
What are you
anywhere.
talking about?
Here's my 2 weeks notice. Fuck this.
Oh, fuck your 2 weeks. You're fired. Even
I
at
was
the other show, you're fired.
To be honest with you, the reason I put my Godzilla up was because Roger liked what was behind me, so I had to show him one of my little Godzillas.
I love Godzilla.
He's got a little
That's
Godzilla.
Now my
Yeah, not bad.
book sales go down.
That's how big he is. He's just a little guy.
Oh,
But that's $100 of a little guy.
That's a frivolous.
So I don't know what it
purchase.
would be in pounds, but that's $100 in American right there.
And Roger, he's not trying to sell that to you. That's not part of the scam.
No, Dom's the only one that's a scammer here. So you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dom, you gotta tell
He's
everybody where-
actually a bot. He's not a real person. It's like a computer generated version.
You gotta say where you can get your books now, Dom.
No,
Everyone
fuck
else
it.
did.
Everyone laughs at me. Go get Godzilla.
I was
Hey, I'm being
I
nice
was
to you.
wrong
Don't be
to
mean to me.
100.
Genevieve's trying to
$100
save you,
21
Dom.
quid.
Come on.
Mm.
Don't take it out on her now.
where do we get your books, Dom? Seriously.
Amazon and Indie Bookstores.
Indie
Right?
Indie Booksource.
Yep.
There you go.
Mind's Eye and 2.
Oh, wait a minute. And there's another place.
What?
It's also available on WLFE-DB.com.
Oh, cool.
WLFE-DB, yep, they're selling it there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually, it's a book that you guys could read and go back and read over and over because, like I said,
It's on the merch page.
yeah.
That's where all the merch is. My books are there as well. And you guys will be able to put yours up there too, you know, in
Wait,
the front
you
section.
wrote books?
And I'm going to say this live. I have a new T-shirt coming out. As I told
Where-
Jenny, she knows what's up.
Do you have your shirt yet?
Which one?
I don't know. Did you get any of them yet?
Well, he has one on now.
They're coming on. I told you I'm buying all of them, but like I had a little bit of a problem. And I'll talk to you about that later. But yeah, the new one
Oh,
is
interesting.
I got.
when I study the Dark Knight, you become a symbol of something.
What does
And
Batman have to do with this?
you become a symbol of everlasting.
Oh.
Boo. It's all about boo.
All All right, so show us the shirt. Have you got it?
Yep.
Well, show it.
No, I have the symbol.
Oh. Drum roll, please.
3 hours later.
Like this.
See, Roger fits right in.
There
He
you go.
does.
There's Boo.
Yep, there's Boo.
Well, he's right behind you. Why do you need to show us him on your phone?
Wear
But
him
that's
on your
what the
chest.
logo looks
Wear
like.
the damn shirt. That's the new logo.
Well, I know Genevieve's got hers. Genevieve got her shirt.
I'm trying to figure out if it's too narcissistic to wear my own shirt.
No.
No.
I wear my Paratalk Radio shirt when I'm
Okay,
doing
cool.
the show.
Yeah, but
And
that's
I'm wearing my Genesee Valley Paranormal Investigator shirt. And I made or created and purchased my own Godzilla vs. King Kong shirt, which I just washed.
Nice.
And then there's my I'm not fat, I'm just easy to see shirt.
Cracks me up.
Actually, Ted,
That's my favorite.
since
I like that.
you're here, tell everyone how to find all the WLFE-DB merchandise.
I already did. WLFE-DB.com. You can go there and find it. There's links. I think there's only like 15 maybe up there right now, including our books. But once they get to that main page, they're able to see what else is in there. Because there's other stuff that I've created that's in there. Like there's a brand new Groot from Guardian of the Galaxy shirt in there that I made for my godson. What's that? Hold on, I'll show you.
Well, you know what? The fact that you said WLFE-DB radio brings up a question that I've had for quite some time.
It's WLFE-DB.com.
Okay, well, but still, it brings up a question that I've had for quite some time. A lot of people, including like advertising on the channel, they say WLFE-DB radio. They never put the dash in there.
I know.
Why is that?
.com.
Right? Why is that? Why is there never a dash said?
Let me take some notes to make sure I do that now.
I'm just asking because I've noticed for quite a long time now, and I had to ask.
Like Genevieve's husband made this for me. So there's a picture of me, Teddy
so
the
cool.
wolf, werewolf.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's me as a werewolf.
Danny made that.
Yep.
That's sick. I like that.
Because I'm a big werewolf lichen guy. I've always been into the werewolf. Well, I've got tattoos all over my body of crap like that.
Crap like that.
Yeah. Then there's Dom's new shirt that's on there. Whoops, you guys can't see it. That's on there.
Yeah, Danny did that one too.
Danny made that
I knew
one.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got the other one coming in. Kiara, you buying my shirts? Come on.
Hey, I have a cup on the way. I got a cup.
Oh, that's what I want cups.
Teespring.com. You can do it all on there.
Yeah.
There's Groot. There's Groot. It's called Grootified.
That's adorable.
What is the Groot? What does Groot mean?
Really?
Groot? You don't know who Groot is?
Oh my god.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, we can't talk about this live because I'm going to get yelled at everywhere. No.
Guardians of the
I'm waiting
Galaxy.
for the comments to go nuts.
No, yeah, no.
I'm working on getting merch. I'm working on getting merch for Tom's World too. FYI.
I can make one for you right now if you wanted to, because I've got your logo and stuff.
See, everyone wants me to
sweet.
read from book 2. Like Jesse and other people want me to read from book 2. I won't read from book 2 because you got to read book 1 first because book 2 will make more sense. Jesse,
But it's not called
That's
book
the one
one.
I bought. That's the one I bought and
Yeah, I like
wear,
that one.
Genevieve.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this
Ding-dongs,
one,
Ding-dongs hanging over Hong Kong.
Team Godzilla.
Nice.
I love it. Even though it should be.
I had to bring that back up.
Yeah,
Kong.
So wants me to read from 2. No,
I
I'm
love
not reading
Kong.
from 2.
Yay, there's me.
The creepy Paula.
What the hell is the creepy father? I've never heard of that
Yeah, what
before
is
in my
Oh,
life.
stop it. Stop it.
What is the creepy Paula? I never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell
I'll
that
give you all the
is.
creeps.
What is it?
But yeah,
Because I'm a creep.
I'm a loser.
Who the hell is that?
That's Ted.
That's
I
Ted.
know.
And my I'm not fat, I'm just easy
I'm
to
not
t-shirt. But I also have one that it's a teddy bear laying down, being all comfy, and it says Curvilicious.
I gotta find him.
Yeah, Ted has an OnlyFans site, and
Hey, I enjoy my own shit, so you know. I got a bear with his arms wide open, look like he's gonna hug you. That says I beat anorexia.
Nice. Dark, but nice.
Anyway.
Very dark.
Yeah, enough of Ted. But anyways, no, but seriously, my offer stands that if you guys want to send me the information, get it to me, and I'll put you on the friends page with a link. Give me a little bio, though, so I can talk about who you are a little bit, and then we can put that underneath there, and then, you know, your book or a link to your books, or like Amazon has an actual author's page. Like if you're on there with an author's page, I can put that on there. You know, I can make a link to that. And if Joan and Rob has it, then I can just link it to their site as well and just, you know, put a couple links there so that we can push the traffic that way, or however you guys want to do it. So not a problem on my end.
Roger and like Kiara too, like don't forget how to get a hold of all of us.
Well, yeah, you guys can reach out to me. I mean, if they want to individually, they can reach out to me, and then I'll do it with them that way. And Genevieve and I are going to write a book together.
The Creeps.
Yeah, the Creeps. The Creeps.
Tom and I are writing a book together too.
Giving the Creeps.
It's called Dom and Tom's World. We're going to write a book too.
Oh, see?
I got a lot of ghost stories. I got a
The
lot
Creeps.
of ghost stories. I think that's already taken.
Okay, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
But in reality, all of us are here tonight to like Roger, Kiara, Cindy. You're in good hands with people who really give a shit about authors.
You didn't ask how they can get a hold of me. I'm just saying.
Well, no one asked you yet, so hold on.
Fuck me, right?
Go to YouTube, find Tom's World. This is Tom's World. You'll find it.
How did you get
the drill?
Go to the YouTube page, find that. This is Tom's World.
YouTube.com/This is Tom's World. All one word. No
hey,
spaces,
I tried.
No hyphen.
I was trying to help you out, Tom.
I get it. I appreciate it. I do.
I was getting there, Tom. Hold on.
Well, it sounded like you were wrapping up, so I just had to say.
I am wrapping it up, but I want everyone to go first.
Damn it.
The guest.
Don't make me come there and spank you on your foot.
What is happening?
I don't know what I meant.
Every time. I have no
It just sounded weird, so I said it.
Well.
All right. So the way I'll end this is actually we're Rob and Joan. So I'm going to go through the bottom first. Actually, Tom.
Well, I already said it. All right. So
I'm gonna bounce off you with this.
Yes, I saw it. It's amazing.
All right. So we'll start with me. You can go to youtube.com/This is Tom's World. You can see my videos. I do a lot of like exploration of like wooded areas and stuff. I have a bunch of videos where I've been restoring a garden in a state park with a bunch of volunteers. You can also find me on Dom and Tom's World. You can also find me on Tom's World. We do our own live thing every Saturday at 11 o'clock through like Psycho Bunny Death Cult and Psychomantium 13. There's a bunch of pages you can find it on. You can search it on Facebook. You'll find it. But damn it, tune in for Dom and Tom's World because we are funny as hell. And we have a lot of good guests coming up.
Yep. I'll get there in a moment.
So now you go this way.
We're going to go right to Ted. Ted.
Okay. You can find me anywhere because basically I'm on everything. I have 11, 14, 15, 20 pages on Facebook, YouTube. I got so many pages that are out there. You can find me pretty much anywhere. I'm with being the program director of WLFE. You can find me right there. That's probably the easiest way. And I'm on Reverb Nation for my music. I'm on the Double Cross Band for my music. I'm on. There's just so many things you could find. You can find me anywhere. I'm just look up my name or ask Tom or Dom. Dom will tell you where I am all the time. He knows because he calls me all the time.
Cindy, right up to you.
So Ted's phone number is
OU812.
I81OU812.
Yeah. Okay, Cindy, your turn.
Your turn.
I'm on Carter Novels and Indie Bookstore and Amazon. I'm on Facebook. I have a page there called Cindy's Voices, and as Cindy J. Smith as my personal page. And that's about it.
Cool.
Roger. I don't have my own sort of this is me poetry page.
You should.
There's not much on mine.
I have my own personal profile. I'm on there as Frank Castle, but the reason why I'm on there as Frank Castle is because I have some colleagues who don't really like me anymore because they were assholes. So yeah, I'm hiding from them.
Happens, man.
But yeah, you can find my books. They're on Amazon, Smashwords, and I know Dominic's crew put my links up and stuff like they were just talking about. So yeah, head over to their website.
You do or don't have a Facebook?
I have my own personal Facebook. I don't have a page that says, "Look at me, I'm a poet."
You should do that.
Okay, because I was looking for you. I was going to add you. I was looking for
definitely make a page, man. It's not hard at all, and it's not hard to maintain.
See, me and my
fiance.
Me and my fiance have one for the thing we do together, which is Black Snake Adventures. But that's mainly for like us generally pissing about. we do song covers on it though. We did Creep by Radiohead, funnily enough, but I can't sing for Toffee. But you know,
little tie.
We do it for fun.
I love it. Kiara.
So I actually do have an.
You're one of my favorites. You're always gonna come back.
Let her talk.
I know. No shit, Tom. Give me a second.
Okay. I actually do have an author's page now. It's just called Kiara Rose. You know, my little author's name. It's on Facebook. I have it on Instagram and Twitter. Kiara Rose, once again. And you can find my books on Amazon. And Lulu.com.
And the titles?
What? Oh, the titles of the book. So the titles of my book are called Dream, Universes Calling, Pearl of the Deep Blue, and Kingdoms United.
All right, I'm gonna skip Rob and Joan for a moment because, like I
How
said,
dare you?
I'm gonna end with them, and
after the show's over, probably.
Right in the backstage.
Yeah, backstage.
Everyone's saying backstage.
You guys are a rough crowd, man. You guys are a rough crowd.
Genevieve, you're next, by the way. But
tell us about your book, Genevieve.
No, Genevieve ain't got nothing. Genevieve ain't got nothing.
Okay.
So what is the stuff, Genevieve?
I don't have books, but I am a storyteller. I own Jersey Shore Ghost Tours, and I tell lots of creepy stories. I also have the Creepy Parlor, which will be on tomorrow at 7 on WLFE-DB. You like that, Tom? 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow.
That's the one, Ted.
The Creepy Parlor.
WLFE-DB Radio, where our shows are your shows.
Well, because I'm gonna end this in a different way. You can find me on Real Talk with Dom, Instagram Real Talk with Dom, WLFE-DB forever. Dom and Tom's World, Second Mentor 13, 8:30 on Friday night. But there is a new show that will be here. And I'm going to bring us all off the screen. I'm going to let them introduce themselves for their own show.
Wait, are we going to be all out for the remainder of the show?
No, well, just stay in the green room. Yes, you will
Well,
be
no,
out.
I'm just asking so I can go down and get more beers. I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
go get more beer.
Okay.
Priorities, Mum, priorities.
Genevieve and I will get back in after Rob and Joe talk, so we can end the way we do. But I want to tell all of you personally, thank you for being an artist. Thank you for giving me something that I could read and for the world. Well, watch and, you know, but I'm saying, like, as far as poets and writers, Kiara, with novels, you may make a movie one day.
I hope so.
Indeed. And that's what's needed.
Or a series. I get a serious Game of Thrones vibe from that. I like it.
I like it too. And that's what you need. So
that'd be cool.
If you got your start here, I'm glad that happened, my friend, because I appreciate you. So with that,
Roger, look me up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Will do.
I'm going to start pulling everyone out, and then Robin Joan, when you're here alone on screen, introduce your show on WLFE-DB.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Whoa. Tom's World, Tom. Well, we do have our premiere show starting tomorrow evening.
No.
I'm sorry, Wednesday evening, the 17th, at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We're going to feature indie published authors and mainly casual conversations with them. And our first guests are Cindy Davis and Rick Palmacci. On the 24th, we have mystery suspense espionage authors, author Paul Hollis, and he won the 2014 World's Best Story Contest out of thousands of entries. So he's got a pretty good, he's a pretty good author and pretty interesting man. March 3rd, we have a USA Today best-selling author, Linda Watkins. And she's the author of multi-award-winning series Matiguas Island, and that's a gothic romance horror series, and other thrillers and crime novels. March 17th, we have Orlando Sanchez, who does urban fantasy, and pretty interesting books he has. March 24th, we have an author named George Dismukes, who's an action adventure author. Do you want to tell them about George?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, he's got a new TV series coming up this summer, actually, with
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey as a star. So he's bound to be an interesting person to talk to.
He was in Hatari.
He was in Hatari, and he was a personal assistant to John Wayne.
Yep.
So he's been around, and he's done a lot of things. And then at the end of March, we have a historical romance author who's quite prolific named Cindy Wolfe. And she's written like 40 books, you know, just really prolific author. And so we've got quite a bit planned at this point.
And we write under the names RC and JP Carter.
Right.
Google us, and that's where you can find us, because we're on, you know, almost as many things as Ted.
Almost, not quite.
Oh, bring me up. There
Hi,
you go. Hi.
Hi, Genevieve.
So,
hi, Dom.
The way I'll end this is the truthfulness. I'm so grateful for Ted for giving me the opportunity to get all of us here. Genevieve, grateful for you of bringing us all here, meeting Rob and Joan, because of what you do. This is four squares that have helped each other. And usually I end something in a way where I said, hey, Genevieve, and you say hey, Dom. And I'm going to still do that. But we're going to do something more. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Dom.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Dom.
Hey, fam.
Hey, fam.
Cheers.
Ice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ow, I hurt my tooth on that one. Only ice cubes, but still.
Hey, Dom, hey, we've got some big farm food.
Thank you for joining Real Talk with Dom. You can catch us every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook at Real Talk with Dom.